Admire the genius. Now, but a plane that I've always been highly impressed by is, of course, the 747-100 shuttle carrier. I mean, look at this thing. Like, in real life, it really looked like this thing shouldn't be able to fly, but it did. You know, it was back in the 80s where NASA was like, all right, we have the space shuttle, but we need to, like, transport it around, you know, mostly to show it off. How do we do that? I mean, the first idea was to build a new plane, a space shuttle carrier plane, as you can see right here, the Conroy Virtus, which would have been insanely large. We practically have two B-52 fuselages here that are kind of strapped together under one wing, like the Nazis did. Yes, I made a video about that a while ago. The concept obviously was canceled. This outsized cargo aircraft obviously never became reality, and they once again used the 747-100 again, which I'm very much impressed by. I mean, the space shuttle as it is here without any fuel on board weighs 78 tons, which is, by the way, nearly as much as the empty weight of a 767. We have an entire 767 here on the back. Luckily, the 747-100 could carry 76 tons of cargo, which is slightly less than the space shuttle weighs. I don't know if you also include the drag that this thing introduces. I have no idea how this thing ever flew, but it did. And we can take off, hopefully. Come on, full power now into the engines. This is an old airplane here, an old add-on from X-Plane 10. Kind of still works today. Let's go ahead and see. Come on, full power, indeed. We are slowly gaining speed as we should, but can you imagine seeing this airplane fly above you in real life and you thinking, well, how does that work? I mean, the 747 in itself is a plane where you're like, how does that fly? And we've crashed into a small river. All right, we might need a longer... Jesus Christ, this is not working as it should. Come on, take off, you idiot. Yes, obviously, performance was incredibly limited with the space shuttle carrier. The plane had a ceiling altitude of maybe like 15,000 feet. With the orbiter on top, the plane could barely make it to 25,000 feet without the orbiter. Take a look at the thick vertical stabilizer that's been added here. Right now, we are going 245 knots, which is kind of the maximum speed that this plane could go. Yes, it was slow, it was low. Yes, that's what happens when planes are borderline pregnant. So I had the idea. Well, could have NASA made this more exciting? Could have NASA just get some rocket fuel into the tank and use those rockets to fly? Probably a dumb idea. But everybody, am I not the mayor of dumb ideas? Yes, I've added rocket engines as well as working control surfaces. All right, let's go ahead and take off now. The problem is, I think I've done a bit of a... Yeah, all right. So as you can see, the nose landing gear is very much being stressed here. Let's maybe not go full power. There we go. Maybe like that. I think we're able to reach enough speed. Yes, everybody. Because the nose is being pushed down, I haven't, you know, the rocket engine slightly tilts the nose down here. But take a look at this. We are at 400 knots. We're probably about to run out of fuel. We generally have the specifications of the rocket engines added here. We would probably have to make the entire 747 a huge tank in order to actually make this plane fly for more than 5 seconds. I think the main problem, though, is that our vertical stabilizer, as well as the entire tail section of the plane, would have been melted off by now. That's the problem that we have to fix later. Anyway, take a look at this. We've already reached 30,000 feet. We are suffering from hypoxia because the pressurization system cannot keep up, I guess. 440 knots. Yes, we've made the most powerful 747. Entirely useless, right? Great. Oh, we've run out of fuel. We've run out of fuel and we've run out of oxygen in our airplane, which is why we have a black screen here. We are now at a delighted 72,000 feet. Let's maybe go ahead and hit outer space with a 747. Isn't that great? No. All right. Okay, we've broken the whole flight. We've probably fallen apart in midair now. I have no idea. I mean, this is an absolutely stupid video idea anyway. Once again, the whole vertical stabilizer would have been completely melted off by now. Maybe let's try another airplane that, I don't know. I mean, this right here is the Concorde, which is actually pretty big. I didn't think it would be that big. Maybe the modeling is all off. It has landing gear out too, which doesn't really help with the drag. But something it has is afterburners and quite a lot of power as well. I think this also wouldn't come in very handy for the tail section of the airplane. Yeah, the problem is most planes that we might find powerful have afterburners. Anyway, here we go. Yes, take a look at this takeoff distance. Despite our increase of drag and increase of weight of having a whole Concorde on board. There we go. We're able to take off from insane distances, and we're able to go insanely quick. I don't think this Concorde will help us reach supersonic speeds though, right? But this is actually kind of more realistic of an idea, right? We've been able to boost the 747. Very nice. I mean, a common theme on this YouTube channel definitely is making planes that can land anywhere. And well, as you might know, the Concorde has pretty impressive thrust reversers. There we go. They came out for a second there. I mean, we've called the Concorde a plane that can kind of land at lots of places because of the 4 strong engines. Let's maybe see if that also applies here. Luckily now, the vertical stabilizer isn't being melted. Probably. I wouldn't want to stand this close just behind the Concorde's turbine. I think that wouldn't be healthy. But see how beautiful the control surfaces work together? Come on, NASA. You could have sold this concept to airlines. So dumb. Okay, try to land now. We are at 122 knots. All right, let's see how fast we can stop. Yes, kind of like that. I think we're able to stop pretty much anywhere. I mean, we are insanely heavy, by the way. Have I mentioned that? Look how this new tube is coming out. That's kind of nice. All right, time for serious business. Yes. This is an absolutely genius idea. All right, take a look, 747. You have a runway down there. It's the runway 10 of St. Bartholomew. You should be able to actually make it. Why is there a floating fence? That's a little broken. It's gonna be hard landing, okay? But that's fine. We have a very strong amount of reversers. Come on, you reversers. Try your best to stop this very heavy airplane. Stop! Honestly, I want you to stop now. Come on. All right, yes! Admire the genius. What a brilliant idea again. Take a look at all the French women admiring. This is great. So, buddy, what have we learned today? Definitely not a lot. That's for sure. I think the SR-71 would be, that would also completely burn the tail off. I think I need new video ideas. Yes, we should be able to take off here. We've got, you can just feel the immense weight of this airplane. There's so much mass here. So there we go. We can take off with a 747 from St. Barth. If it were a Concorde, SR-71 just doesn't have enough power. Good learning. So I thank you guys so much for watching this stupid video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters. Guns Killer, R27, James Deram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.